right? Doomfist. I'll say Reinhardt because it has the pin. Anything that can pretty much has the one-shot potential ability. The reason why is because you want the picks, you want the stall. So a very good call out for the front line or the back line would be brawl, kite, poke, dive, bunker. Right. So in this composition, we need to understand not because it seems like okay we have a Reinhardt so we have to play more brawl. No, because this is considered early fight, so it's okay to brawl. But sooner or later they're gonna get ult economy. They're gonna get ult charge, mid fight, late fight, which means you need to call we're gonna play more kite and we need to play more poke. Okay, but then look at your team composition. We don't really have a one-shot ability character, so that means we didn't bring enough one shot, right? CC, we got it. We're good. We got boop. We got flash. Yeah, I mean you can count the Hammond, boop, and slam, so forth. So we got that. Sustain, it's like we're half there. So that's how you balance the team composition. Now, you don't have to listen to everything I say. If you guys have your certain things you guys do, maybe it's your hero pool, maybe someone's kind of limited, which is fine. You got to play around each other's hero pool. Okay, that's where it comes in, where you need to understand the game. You cannot just play the game, right? This game is all about thinking. If you're gonna play the game, then it's just too casual. So it's just one of those moments where it's a lot to think about. Oh, it takes time. But anyway, let's move forward. Okay, so they are very split. A Reaper has no cooldown. It got away, which is fine. You guys split them off. Alright, you guys are grabbing point. Okay, here. Whoever's on Lucio, you need to taxi. Very important, right? The reason why you might say, well, like by the time they get back here, wouldn't our Ryan get back here? Yes, you're not wrong. But in this game, it's all about numbers. It's just like math. And the irony is, I joined this call and everyone was talking about math. Percentage, right? It's percentage. If we get him back here, we can set up. We can pre-plan. We can get the next thing going. We can ambush them. Right, but if you let them get here at the same time as they do, they see your Rhine, you see their Rhine, so forth, and it becomes 50-50. Right, you don't gamble. In Overwatch, there's no unlucky. Right, that's the one thing I always tell my student that I don't like to hear is unlucky. You cannot say unlucky. There's no unlucky. Unlucky means you DC'd at most. Right, it's just misplayed. You misplayed, you got outskilled, or you got outstrat. Okay, so you see how that Roadhog was in the front, right? So the Roadhog would have definitely saw what's going on, used the cooldown, right? So this Roadhog is scouting. So we need to mirror their scout. So Hammond doing the going outside, being a pest, being annoying. That was good. Okay, here we go. This is a fragging solo queue mentality. This guy right here is playing like a solo queue mentality, which is fine, right? You can get pretty far. You can get to Diamond Masters, but once you hit a certain peak, it will not work, right? You have to understand transitioning between solo queue mentality versus teamwork mentality, right? And you're gonna say, "Oh, which one is better?" No, both are just as good. You need to keep it 50-50. That's the only time you can have the 50-50 for individual player, right? Because if you have too much teamwork, it doesn't matter. Because what if, I'm just using an example, what if your Reinhardt gets outplayed by their Rhine, but then your Genji can outplay their other DPS, right? So that's too much teamwork because you're having too much trust. You're relying, hoping somebody's mechanic is gonna outskill the other mechanic. So that's when you want to frag and solo queue mentality. Alright, so why am I talking about all of this is because we have an ult, which is good, probably gonna get damage boosted, getting pocketed, this is good. Now what can we add in for Mr. McCree Jonathan here is he should have said, okay, let them come in first. Lucio, you would just be up here. You can stand up here or you can wall ride. boop the Rhine out of position, and I pop high noon. That means you don't even need to worry about this shield up over here, right? Okay, so you call upon resource. Everything is resource. You can do different ways. You can say, Lucky Owl on the Hammond, can you spin? Go for the slam them up. We high noon. And I mean, you can add in an extra charge into the Rhine, because if you charge the Rhine, he has only two options: either counter pin, which he's gonna die from high noon, or he gets pinned where everybody still dies. Right? Those are things you can communicate. I don't know if you guys do it, but hopefully you guys do. But if not, now that's something you can consider doing. Right? So that was good, right? He slammed, you caught one, but you could have got more, right? You actually could have got more. Look at the distance. Lucio's right here. Could have actually helped the McCree get an extra one or two. But you relied on one, right? So it's like broken pieces. It already tells me that you guys have the synergy, but you lack teamwork, right? As for comms wise, I don't know, because it's a what do you call it? It's an Overwatch code. It doesn't really record audio. But aside from that, right? It has synergy. You guys have really good synergy. Okay, 5v5. They're up 3. Right. So, let me just play it out. Okay. So then the question becomes, okay, how did we lose that? We made the first kill, but how did we lose that? So again, we're not setting it up correctly. Just by killing that one guy is not enough, because someone in here is gonna get out tiered, out skilled, out smart, outplayed, out cooldown by the other team, right? And it can also not be that case. It could be you might be better than them, but you just, I don't know, maybe you lag a couple seconds. Maybe it's a ping diff, a frame diff, or you just use the previous cooldown and you can't get out, right? So those are just the what if questions, and you don't want to go there, because once you go there, a lot of people do this in a lot of teams. I don't know like how much experience you guys been on the team, but even in comp, I always hear people say, "Oh, we should have do this," or we should have done this. We could have done this. Yeah, the should have, would have, could have. Yeah, no, like there's no point saying all of that. Just don't put yourself into that position. Everything, keep it simple, flawless, and fast. Right, so John in here, I think he knows because I've been coaching him for a couple years now. Alright, this is the 3 rules as well I have for each player. Simple, fast, and clean. Simple means no hesitation. We make a call, we commit. We win together, we die together. Keep it simple. Right? You don't need to go into their bag and then try to do some cheesy rollout you saw on YouTube, and then make sure you tell your team to follow through, right? So I always ask them this: which one is harder to pull off? Orisa's pull or hole? Because I'll just type both in case people don't know what I'm talking about. Plus punch, like Doomfist punch. Is that easier to pull off, or is this one easier to pull off? What do you call it? The window is the Babel, for anyone that doesn't know. Babel, so oops. And then Fire Strike. Okay. I know I'm not talking about any meta characters right now. These are just example, right? So which one is harder to pull off? It's definitely gonna be the third one. It's a very good combo, but it's hard. Why is it hard? Because someone's gonna hesitate, not press E, not press Shift, not press Q. Someone might say, wait for me. I don't know. Like there's always that relying, the trust, right? That will become a burden when you have too much team mentality, right? So what is easier? Hold and punch, because if he misses his pull, your Doom still can get out. It's simple, right? So that's why it's called simple, right? And then it leads to clean. It was clean. It's not a mess. We're not making like 4 different calls and then rely on all 4 people to press one key at the same exact time. I mean, it's doable. A lot of teams done it before, but there's no way you're gonna pull it off every single time, right? And then we got the fast, right? The no hesitation, go quick, right? There's no backing out, there's no holding S key, or there's no holding too much W, right? Everything's in pace. So, what do you call it? When we play Lucio and Reinhardt, and like this current composition that you guys have, you need to talk. Lucio dictates the speed, right? Because they don't know how fast we're going. They don't know how fast they're getting out, right? If the Lucio doesn't talk, then it becomes the Reinhardt, because the Reinhardt's the main tank with the shield, so forth. Push pull, the push pull magnet effect. So you guys control the pace. A pace in a team coordinated environment is very, very crucial, right? Because what if the McCree and the Mercy wants to play more back? Take it slow. Take it like let them come to us, play more of the bait and wait. Right? And then we got our front line and maybe our other DPS that wants to frag really hard, right? So then you don't want to be stuck. You don't want to be stuck in that part where like, okay, then which group do I go with? Do I go with the bait and wait group, or should I go with the I want to go in super hard, play aggro, get more picks. So that's more of the mentality on how to play a composition, not how to play a meta. But I can talk about how to play meta every time meta shifts. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so oops, let's go back a little bit. That was kind of too quick. Okay, so we're still waiting on him. Yeah, we're too quick. This is too quick. The pace, right? The thing I just talked about, the pace. This is way too quick. We got a guy over here. He has the highest mobility, so he wants to play at his speed. He just spawned. Also, he just used his dash, so he's down a cooldown. Alright? And then we're here. So if I lift this camera up, we're in a lot of different group. This is technically group 1. Just because that's that close? No, it's really not. Right? Because this Lucio speed heal radius is not even on the Reinhardt. If they want to hard rush him right now, if they were actually together as well, this guy would have died, your other tank would have died, and then you guys have to wait. Alright, so group 1, alright, I'll say this is group 2, the 3 on top right here. Group 3, group 4. 2 split. Alright, two split. Just full regroup. Because we have ult econ. We got four ult. Of course they have their ult too, like we wanna keep track. But I'm just not gonna talk about that. That's just way too much. This game has way too many things to talk about. So let's just talk about like our own win condition. Okay. We got Blade, so we can damage Blade. Damage Blade is 1 slice to squishies, so we can do that. We can also use Valk to keep them all up. So those 2 ult are more forgiving. We can give it up whenever we want. We can also use it for engage. All right, so that leaves us Shatter and Mines. Okay, then this is the part where we decide which one is our defensive ult. All right, so that becomes the proactive versus reactive. Right, in this game, a lot of things can be proactive and reactive. All right, so just because I say next fight we're gonna use Winston Primal Rage to engage, that does not mean we're using it proactive, and that does not mean it's set in stone. Primal Rage equals proactive. No, right? Because if they, let's just say we don't have trans, but we have Primal Rage. That means Primal Rage is your defensive ult, your reactive, because when they Nano Blade into you guys, you boop them away with Primal Rage. You don't even need trans and B anymore. That's why sometimes bring Ana Mercy works. You don't even need to bring Lucio or Zen. Because what if they're hard flanking on your Zen or your Lucio in the back, right? Then there's no point. You don't want to play into their game. You want them to play into your game, right? So that's just like one example out of like thousands of different reactive versus proactive. Okay, so continue. Alright, so he gets picked off. So group 2 got picked off. Group 2 reses. Group 3 got Whole Hog solo ulted off. So now we're staggering 2 different. Okay, and then we went in. He wants to frag. Okay. So then this is the part where you guys will say coach or Brian or whatever you want to call me, I don't care. We'll say, okay, but we beat them. Okay. My question becomes, was that clean? Ask yourself that. Do you really think that was clean? It was not, right? So in higher elo, that you would not have got away with that. There's no way you're gonna get away with that kind of stuff. So it was not clean. Was it fast? It was actually fast. Lucky for you guys reacted fast, which is good. Was it simple? It was actually not simple because it was kind of split and you guys were just going based off game sense and reaction, right? But did we have game sense on map geometry? We actually did not because we didn't wait and we didn't know how to set it up. So therefore, it was not clean. Okay, all right. So we retake this. Gonna kill Roadhog. Fast forward. Also, if I'm going too quick, you can stop me and ask me a question. Okay, all right. Okay, so this next fight, we only have one ult, maybe two. If we damage boost McCree and he's clicking heads and popping off, there's a chance for high noon. Okay, but again, chance. We want to put that as second priority. That should not be our main priority. Our main priority is because we have Hammond mines to work with. Okay, so let's think about the game. Let's not play the game. If we are actually keeping track, they have Valk, Nano, and they have High Noon. Almost to Death Blossom, but I don't know, maybe you guys will say they have it, maybe you guys will say it's close. So they also have a second chance priority, like a 50-50 maybe, so forth, right? But we know for sure, if we were hard keeping track, is they have 3 ult. Okay, how do we play that? The best way is let them engage on you. They're definitely going to have to invest Nano and High Noon first. Typical, ways for lower elo is they're going to engage with those. I don't know what's going to happen when I press resume, but I'm just going to assume Nano and High Noon. It could be Electric Cowboy, or they can Nano Rhine and then try to High Noon. Because they're trying to make a play, they're using the proactive. When they do that, we pop Minefield. Right? Because when McCree is standing still, he's going to die to the Minefield. Unless he quickly cancels it, rolls away, even better. Now we don't have to worry about that ult. Okay, what if they have the Nano on the Reinhardt and he's swinging? Yeah, he's not going to really get swing. There's Minefield. He's going to have to hold up shield and break all the mines or so forth, right? So now they're playing into your game. They have not done a single damage to you guys. So how do we exploit that? Lucio. You always want to be ready to go. Hammond, you drop mine when they're on point, we're going to boop them into Minefield. Or we can charge them into mine. And that's it. And then the rest of the team will, for example, Genji, Mercy, McCree, you guys will be like, so what do we do? You don't do anything. It's just not your time yet. Your play was the previous one, right? You guys got the blade off, you hard pocketed, you got the resin, right? It's over. We're rotating. The rotation is good. So now it's the other 3 to outshine or outplay. I don't know. Which we'll talk about it at the end of the VOD. If you guys have any questions for how meta works, there's the 4 and 2, or the 3 and 3. I know Jonathan knows what I'm talking about, but yeah, we could go over that later. Okay, so this is the fight. This is it. Right? Either they make the move first, or you can try to frag and get the pick. Okay, so it was good. You made the space, right? So then you're gonna say, well, we did good. Yes, good job. You did win, but my question becomes, do you think you can beat them next fight? Because now they have 5 ult. That was considered a dry push for enemy team. If you are that confident you can beat them on 5 ult, good. But you know, it's one of those moments where whoever has more Q and whoever presses Q wins. There's this like philosophy I always tell people where you don't want to
Yeah.
be too cocky. You don't want to drop your guard. A bronze diva player can still kill you because if the bronze diva player throws the bomb and happens to catch you in a very bad spot, you're gonna die anyway, right? Because it's an ult, it's a Q. So forcing ult econ is very very crucial, especially you're on the defending side. Look at the percentage. You're good, right? You're playing on defense now. You don't need to go to them. You let them come to you. You let them waste their ult econ, and then you try to flip it on them. It will also demoralize them because can you imagine if they invested like 2 or 3 ult and they still lost to you guys of how well you guys played over here mechanically, right? And that means their next fight they're gonna start panicking, and this becomes the psychology of this game. Um, Again, this game is not all about gaming. The psychology messing up your other 6 opponents mentally, it will help you in the long run because now they can't think, they don't know their pathing, they don't know they're gonna retake this, right? Because they're gonna start questioning like, dude, we just used 3 to 4 ult and we still lost. How in the world are we gonna retake it? Retake that? Are we actually gonna try to win without ult this time? Right? So it becomes you're trying to demoralize them. Okay. Okay, big stagger. All right, so this is the part where we want to set up again, especially the composition you're running. All right, so this is good. All right, this is good. Want to make an off angle, so that's very good. Okay, so what I would have done here becomes clean. We want to keep it clean. This is the only choke they're probably gonna walk through. I have not seen anyone walk here. In higher elo, they would try to take high ground and so forth, but they might come here right now. But most likely, you want to gamble. They either come here or here. So how do we set it up to make sure we benefit against all of them? We have this plus this, right? Your McCree want to be hiding either somewhere down here or around these corners. Tell your Rhine to push up. You're gonna flash their Rhine, and then you're gonna big slam all 6k. That's a team wipe right there. They don't have Zarya bubble. They're not gonna block it for their Reinhardt. And if you get a 6k slam right there, that means the next fight is gonna be stall. But we'll talk about that after we watch this fight. Okay, so they're playing very cautiously. They're gonna probably press a lot of Qs because they think that this is it. It's at 85 and above. Yeah, right there. B counter stun. High noon comes out. Nano 5v5. They're up 2 actually. Up 3. All right, right. So this is exactly what I was saying. I was saying like you beat them the first fight, but if I were to ask you with confidence, can you tell me? Can you bet your entire life saving that you're gonna win this next fight? Right? And if you cannot say with confidence yes, then that tells you this is how you improve as individual player and as a team. Okay, so now we go back to okay, well we only need 1 fight, so forth. But you can't have that mentality every time, right? Because what if you're not at 99? What if you're only at I don't know 10, and then they're almost at 99? Then you're gonna start panicking, and then you're gonna tunnel vision, and so forth, right? So understanding timing, interval, and percent. All right, we're going back to numbers. I don't know if you guys like math and numbers, but control is the part where I really like objective base. The reason why is because if the time is about to be very high and they're about to lose, the first thing they're gonna do, you want to think what the enemy's thinking. They want to touch. Right? I don't know if you guys know what C9 is, but people will say that all the time. They want to touch. They don't want to C9. If all they think about is touching, they're not gonna check corners. They're not gonna look up there. So you can ambush them. You set up pre-planned. You want to exploit because they only want to touch. They don't even want to fight you guys. Issue is you guys lost here is because you guys all stood here. You stood on the thing that they're coming to. So now you make it easier for them. Right? So you want to hide. You want to set it up. Let them take the point, and then you reverse on them. Right? You can call that a reverse dive, even though you're not playing dive. Nowadays, the term dive, it doesn't have to be Winston, Viva, Hammond. Like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. It's just the concept behind it. How are you gonna play it like that? Okay, all right. So let's move on. Okay. Okay. All right. So, there's an issue here. All right. Our Genji again, great player, but his personality. I think it's a personality thing. He wants to go in. Like, we're going in. You don't need to. Sacrifice your Hammond and Lucio first. Force cooldown, and then you go in. Because if you force cooldown, you won't get flash, you won't get hook, you won't get slept, you won't get naded. You might get death blossom, but you have deflect. Right? That understanding. What is my win to stop them from their win condition? Okay. So again, good. You won because you guys have more synergy. You press Q first. Yeah, but if they were doing what I've been teaching you guys would have been very confused and you would slash nothing on point. If I was the other team's coach, I would say don't stay on point. They probably have this and that. Get ready for it. You're gonna have to cancel their Genji. If they're gonna try to force your cooldowns with the Hammond Lucio, don't CC the Hammond or Lucio. Save all your CC for Genji. Yeah. So, good. It was good. It's just I know there's a lot of information to soak in. Okay. And next map, garden. All right, let me just fast forward. Okay. All right, good pick on the hook. Okay. So we don't need to push too far. All right. Understanding the composition. First of all, we don't have a shield. Okay. That's an issue. And yes, May pretty much can one tap you with that right click to the head if you're just in the wrong place, wrong time. All right. Number two, the biggest issue here is they're running a Winston Rhine. Right? It's either they play Zarya Rhine, or Hog Rhine, or Diva Rhine, play the White Room and Brawl, then it'll be in their favor. Or they play full dive and they go bridge. But this is the high thought process where when we scout, so I'll just say Hammond and Sim because Sim teleported everybody, so she would have been able to see everything. As of now, your understanding to your win condition is you don't need to go to them. Rhine is slow. No Lucio, no speed. You have speed. You can outplay them, especially you have Hog and Ball. Number two, Winston is a dive character. Any dive character indoor is bad. That's why when I tell people to play dive on garden, I say go bridge first, because it's more out in the open. You have more cleave damage. You have more things to do with it. It's harder for him to dive a target, and nobody's able to follow through. Alright, so their composition weakness is actually gonna lose to you guys already. Number 2, what you want to do and let them come in is you set up turrets over here. Tell your Lucio to wall ride. When their squishy pushes through, you boop them into the 3 turret. You'll melt them instantly. And it's like, it was clean. It was effortless. There wasn't even much thought process into it. Yeah, so keep it simple, right? It's not like, oh wow, he's so big brain. No, it's not really big brain. It's just, I keep it as simple as possible. I'm not gonna overthink things, because if you overthink things, it's not gonna work out most of the time. All right, so resurrection was invested. All right, so look at that Winston, out of position, use jump and leap, punished, indoor. It's just not. It's not meant for doing that. He should have went right here, and then the rest of the group went far left. The reason why you might be asking, like, why are you telling us this, is because now you know not to ever do that when you guys ever play Winston or something on garden like that. All right, and then you see how everything I said gets picked off first, the Winston Rhine. Okay, and then now you just do the cleanup. Could have been better. You could have actually killed more even faster on the sim if we didn't peek and pre-plan. But it was good. It was still good. Yeah, I think the thing is, watching from just the last map and this current first fight, you guys have more synergy than they do. They are more team coordinated than you guys. They don't split as easily as you guys, so they're very beefy. Their sustain is very like good. Alright, so that's one key you want to exploit, is understanding like what are they better than us at. Their sustain. They always stick together as a team. That's their advantage. The other thing is their composition is kind of bad. That's also their weakness. Your advantage is better, is because the things you guys choose makes more sense than what they're trying to play. Alright, so before I press resume, we're almost done. You want to understand this as well. Always bring 3 reasons to a fight. If you cannot come up with 3 reasons before you leave that spawn, you should not be playing that character. Alright, so I don't know how much you guys play comp or solo queue or by yourself, and then someone's like, dude, can you get off this? Can you go this? Can you go that? Like, ask yourself, right? Don't be stubborn. Actually ask yourself, what are 3 reasons I can benefit? Can I make the space? Do I bring more value by making space? Is it a one-shot ability and I'm far away, so I use less resource because I don't need to get pocketed? Right, so less resource. What else? It has high mobility, so I can keep up with the team, or it has an extra CC, so my other character don't have to solo CC a ton of character. Maybe they have a Tracer Sombra with a Hammond. You only have 1 flashbang. Who are you gonna flash, right? So those are just have 3 good reasons. So how I teach people to improve is before every scrim, every match would be too late. Just every scrim, write down 3 things you want to work on, and then let your coach know. Or I don't know if you guys have a coach, but or if you don't have a coach, ask yourself this: what are 3 things you want to only focus on in this game? Again, it's a scrim. Scrim is not about winning. Scrim is about improving and adapting. That winning mentality you'll be saving for tournament match, or I don't know, school match. But yeah, take advantage of scrim.
We're in practice
Bring 3
right
things,
now.
write it down, only focus it. And once you think you got it down, and 2 weeks later, make another list. Make another 3 reasons or 3 things you want to work on. And then that's how you slowly improve. You chip it one at a time, one at a time. Alright. So now we're getting close to the mid-fight territory. Alright, so this is this is a little bit bad, is because we always want to go into them. Right? I get it. We're very confident. We got this. We got that. But it's just like we don't need to stress ourselves. Right? We have a lot of things we can do. Right? This guy whole hog because he tried to peel back so they wouldn't keep holding W to rush you guys down because we're down in Lucio. Right? So we can wait.
Oh.
We can wait. They're not gonna cross the bridge. We can always whole hog them. We actually have triple boop. There's no way. There's no way they're gonna try to cross, right? But they do have the May wall. That is something we want to realize, is we want to press tab once in a while and be like, okay, guys, they made a swap. They have a May wall. Don't get walled off. Don't get walled off. All right. So if we already sealed this entrance, what does that tell you? That tells you they only have that entrance. I mean, they have this, but not everyone can get across, right? So they have to go here. So it's like you're already seeing the future. They have to go here. So if they have to go here, we can take advantage. Especially them bring May isn't any better because now your sim can get even more high charge. They have double shield to feed you plus May wall. You're gonna get stage 3 on your laser beam, whatever it's called. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't as clean, but you had to react, right? So the reactive versus proactive. Alright, we got a trade. Good thing you have a teleporter and your Lucio is the one that died. Very good. Okay, so now I think it's the perfect time to talk about it, right? Because then you guys will be like, well, we are just throwing them. Yes, but you know, in a lot of those like very close friends in the team environment or whatever, like someone will be like, dude, Lucio, you just fed your brains out right there, and then he's gonna giggle or he's gonna like laugh and stuff, right? But then it's like, why would your friend even say that in the beginning? Because so we all knew somebody kind of fed. Roadhog pushed up a little bit too far, so forth, right? So it's like, try to fix the mistake to the point where nobody can ever call you out on you kind of fed there, right? Not in like a rude way, but just like, at least you tried your best, but you didn't feed. All right. So this is it. They're coming. Very nice. We made the first engagement on them, and they're all indoor, right? So Hammond Mine works. That's why their composition is just not built to go against you guys. Either cooldowns or ult-wise, it's not built for going against you guys. We should have invested the echo copy though. Alright, so I don't know if they're gonna touch, but it looks like they might touch or might not touch. They're not gonna touch. Okay, so before it ends over here, the echo player, right? In these kind of scenario, I would try to copy May, because when we know this is their last fight, they will always have at least 4 to 6 ults. What does that tell you? They're gonna hardcore press Q on 2 point. If you copy May, you walled all of them off. Right? Once you wall all of them off, you could tell Reflection, drop the wall. We whole hog all of them. It's called surprise whole hog. Back in the meta, it's called surprise bastion. Now it's called surprise whole hog, and then you whole hog all of them. They're not gonna touch. Right? It's clean. It's like I don't even need to fight on point. I just make sure they don't touch the objective, and then you win. But yeah, it was good. It's fine. Okay. Any questions? Yes? No?
So generally, like, our team comp for support and tank is pretty similar, with like almost always have a Rhine, unless we're doing something like dive. So what would you recommend for like DPS? Because I feel like our DPS is a little more splashable, and you mentioned like one shot potential. So and on a map like this, not like a map like this, but like if we're playing around like maybe Lucio, Ana, or Lucio, Mercy, and then a Rhine Ball or Rhine Diva, what would our DPS kind of look like there?
Oh, okay, so are you asking for like projectile or hit scan or just flex DPS?
We'll usually for sure have one hit scan for sure, but I think our other players are pretty variable.
Okay, so yeah, McCree is fine, so you can keep the McCree. The other one, I would probably take like a Doomfist or a Hanzo.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a good question. Anyone else? Yes, no. You don't have to be shy. All right.
Oh wait, no, I was trying to think of it. So during like in between time, in between fights, I noticed that 90% of the time we were just grouped up sitting on point, and during that time we were actually like chatting about ults and stuff. But what should we actually be doing in game?
Setting up. All right. So you still see my screen? I like to type it out. I don't like to say it sometimes. When you're chatting, right? The word chatting or you're discussing about stuff, those should be by the time you guys are coming back from spawn or regrouping. That should never be on point. Those should always be spoken of because your spawn time is like 9 to 13 seconds. By the time you get back to point total, it's another solid 20 seconds. Those are free time you should have used, right? The point stuff is the preset. When we are on point, that's when we should be pre-planning. Okay, you hurry up, go over there, go behind us, go top right, set up on the balcony or so forth. Right? Those are the things. Those are your moments to be talking. Yeah. And you are the Hammond, right, Lucky Owl?
Yeah, that one chick.
Okay, so a lot of characters also varies. For your character is if you start to realize you're rolling around too much, or you are sitting there, probably not even shooting, that means you're not doing anything. You're actually not doing anything. You're just waiting for them to engage on you, and then you don't know, and then you just have to play the game and hope for the best, right? So every time you're sitting there, just staring at the screen and you see nothing, that's the biggest sign. Like, okay, I need to actually do something or say something. Right, so this is what I teach Jonathan too: is you do not wait for opportunity. You make opportunity. It's just like money. You're gonna go out there and make money. You're not gonna wait to get money. Money's not gonna drop from the sky, right? So, right. So you have to make the opportunity. You don't wait for it. The waiting is lucky, and that's just like okay, luckily we beat them. Yeah. So no, that was a very good question because that applies to everyone. All right, anything else? Yes, no. I mean, if you don't know any question, yeah, you can always DM me. Save it for later.
I think we should do one more map. Is everyone fine with that?
That sounds good.
It'll be like an hour.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we could. I mean,
Hanamura?
if you guys want to call it, we can call it. Yeah, it's just I'm very detailed when I do voice, so it does take a while.
No, I wasn't complaining.
It's
Just
probably our closer ones.
if we do
though.
one of them,
If
we
we're,
should
yeah, do King's
Hanamura.
Row.
Kings Row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like to
You
see
can
one
you
for
you'll
Kings
see a
Row.
great play at the end of their.
Oh yeah.
There's
Mm.
literally no way we can lose this, guys. Don't worry.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. You'll see.
Okay.
Well, this one's gonna take like an hour, bro.
Why? Is it a lot of overtime?
Oh, that's a lot of stuff we did wrong.
We messed
Yes,
up a
there were a
lot.
lot of mistakes in this
Dude,
one.
say my comp game earlier.
You get to see Popega Diva play.
The beginning's pretty quick. It was
Beginning
pretty
pretty quick?
clean,
Okay.
simple.
Let's not
Alright.
straight off the start here. We thought that they were gonna do a Bastion Sim teleport based on what we saw with the
That's
VODs, so
defense.
like,
We're
we never
attacking,
used-
buddy. We're attacking, buddy.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, you guys
Forget
are
about them.
attacking. Okay.
We studied their strategy, and we were for defense. You'll see what we do, but they were gonna
Okay.
teleport Bastion to the top of the head.
Okay, got it. Okay. Alright, this is good. Big Nate got the hack off. Alright, so yeah, that was clean. That was quick, fast, simple. Okay. Alright, they all have good spawn though. Alright, that was good. You have the spawn advantage anyway. They gotta wait. Okay, they stagger you a little bit.
They wouldn't wave back.
Okay. It's kind of 5v5 right now, so. Okay. Yeah, that shatter. Right, that shatter is the part where you have to hope your Rhine blocks the shatter. Right? It's not try to BM or just, you know, like, oh, he's a bad player. No, it's just sometimes they just didn't react to it, or they get outplayed. There's not much to it. But then it's like, then should we stay behind the shield, right? So it's like, you don't want to keep yourself into that spot where you got to question. So before all of that just happened right now, when we're coming back from spawn, right? Because earlier someone was asking what should we be doing and when is the perfect time. That's when you should be talking about the perfect time. So what can we do? We got a Sombra to work with. We have a Reinhardt.
We
and
hacked
we
the
have
Reinhardt. Boom,
an
shatter.
Ana Lucio.
I'm a down. Boom.
So then you guys will say, well, that's a lot of characters. Didn't you say to keep it as less as possible? Yes, but you don't. But I did say again, it's still possible to pull it off. Especially you have early fight. You have a lot of time bank. Look at that. You have 5 minutes. You could try. You could try to do it. If you guys have other plans, then you know, unfortunate. But let's just say you guys didn't have any plan. So what you want to do? Let the Sombra go scout first over there. Hack the Zarya. Alright, so you hack Zarya. Once you hack the Zarya, you boop the Rhine out of position. Ana, nade all of them. You can go for shatter if you want, but if you think it's overkill, then just wipe the rest of them. That's already big nade. Someone's hacked, so they don't get double bubble peel. And yeah, it's a free fight. There was literally no ult investment that I just mentioned. At best, you can invest the shatter. Yeah, so those are things we want to start thinking of. It's a lot to process. I know, like, it goes by quick. But if we actually processed all of that, this man right here would not have died. And you kind of need him because he has an ult. None of you guys at this very second, you don't have a single ult. I know, like, once I unpause, maybe Ana lands one more shot, Reaper lands 2 more shot, they're gonna get ult. But as this very second, anything can happen. So keeping him alive is very, very crucial. Because if he was alive, he could have just got 4K slam. Send them all to Bass spawn. Right, send them all to Bass spawn. By the time they all come back, your car should be over here. This is the final phase on second point. That means they are gonna have to force the brawl you guys into you guys. So it's like I'm already thinking 3 steps ahead. I don't even care about that fight anymore. I'm already talking about this fight, this next fight. When I think, I don't care about the current fight too much. I always think about time bank. We need to build a lot of time. We gotta cap all 3. We need extra time, just in case it's their time to attack. They reverse sweep us. They take 3 point. They also have time bank, and then I'm not gonna play overtime because you don't know all 6 of your players on your team. You don't know their stamina. They might get mentally burnt out. They might get stressed out. They might get frustrated. You don't know that. So dragging a fight extra long for no reason, yeah, that's just not good. It's like you low key don't even realize it, but it's there. Yeah, so you see how, like, there's these trades now. It's like, whoa, wait, whoa, how, right? But then if your Rhino was alive, that would not have happened. and then they got away. Now it's like we gotta use bomb. Catches one. They use copy. All right, nice hack. That was a very good hack. And so now there's just like so much going on. Yeah, so everyone's just pressing Q. But you force a few ult out, so that's also good. Okay. This is probably not a good example only for this part or this current fight or the next coming fight. But you should know what I'm talking about. When you end the fight, okay, let's just say maybe the cart right here, it was right here, you just end the fight, so what, that gives them an extra 1 or 2 more fight. When we do that, especially on payload, attack, lowest ult charge needs to move the cart. I don't care if you have speed, your Rhine wants speed, I don't care like you're popping off, because again, we need to rotate our ult icon, and at least you can react, right? If you want to make the space and push up, spawn cam, hold the space, it's better to send someone with an ult up there, right? Because if you send someone without an ult, what if they had 5 ult and you send someone up there with only 3 ult? Even though you got 2 more guy on card that has ult, then you can never mirror that 5v5 ult. Right, so that's rule number 1 on payload. Rule number 2, I was gonna cover this on when you guys are on defense, but let's just talk about it now, so we don't have to talk about it later. As an enemy perspective, I'm gonna always assume one person's on this card. What does that tell me? That tells me I'm gonna super hard engage on the 5 in the front. I'm definitely gonna invest some ult because it's already 5v6. One person has to move the cart. I'm already on number advantage, right? So then now I flip to this side. How do we counter that? Ult. Bring more ult to the front. Your ult number will balance it out of the 5v6 in the front. Yeah, so it's just very interesting for these kind of maps. A lot of people say, "Oh, I hate 2CP. Oh, I hate payload. I hate this." The reason why you hate it is because you don't know how to play it. For like, I don't know if any of you guys hate 2CP here, but if you're on attacking side and if you have more than 4 people on like point, you increase the defending side's spawn time. It goes from like 9 to 13 seconds. That's a lot of difference. Same, let's just say like Hanamura as well, right? Defense. If they don't have more than like 4 or 3 on point, you're gonna keep coming out super fast. That's why people say, dude, it's so hard to cap second point. They have spawn advantage. It's because you're not on point. Yeah, they made this patch a lot of years ago to make it easier, but people don't think about the game and how to exploit it. Okay.
Brian.
Yes.
I don't know if the rest of my team knows this, but Reinhardt, even though he used Shatter, like if he used Shatter before the fight or to win the fight, he should never be on the payload.
Oh yeah, he should not be.
For
Yeah,
getting
he wants to be
well
in the front. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold up now, ring ding. Ding 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 ding.
Okay. Invest in nano bait. Yeah, that forces them to do all of that. Yeah, so right there, it was just we kind of just played the game. Press Q, hope for the best. Right, so let's go back a little bit. Let's go to here. Oh, we can fast forward. Okay. Your Sombra just backed out. I don't know if you saw it. She just blinked, used translocator. She's like, almost half. too fast. We're playing way too fast. Alright, you are gonna do that, then that, onto high ground. That's fine, right? But the group here, too fast. You have EMP. We wanna play it differently, right? There's only two options when we play Sombra here. We either let them press Q, and we use EMP to cancel all of their ult, besides Nano. I mean not Nano. What do you call it? Besides the grav, because once you throw a grav out, you can't really cancel it, right? But you can cancel their high noon, you can cancel their coalescence, you can stop the Valkyrie from flying, so forth, right? So it's like you can cancel 3 ult, so you can outplay them by using that. Or if you want to play fast, like how you're about to do it, then you gotta wait. You really have to wait. You gotta tell your Sombra to go in and do the EMP. Okay, so you have other options to call for it. For example, your Reinhardt can call for it. Even though the DPS should do it because DPS likes to frag and they like to call cooldowns. But no, you can say, hey Jonathan, on Sombra, can you just keep throwing their your translocator above, like curve it, throw it at them to make them think you're gonna EMP. Because sometimes when they fat finger, they might accidentally press Q to ult, but you're baiting them by throwing translocator. So then you already force ult without using EMP. But if they're actually that passive, that cautious, and it doesn't work, then it's okay. Then do the option 1. Okay. Yeah, so right here, he's over here, right? He kind of backed out. There's a lot of damage not being put into their team, so we're playing too quick and too split. Alright, it seems like we're together, but it's very, very split. The angle is just not right. Okay, and then this is the part where we're not thinking. If I beat, they're gonna grab. Right, so that's a pretty logical like response. If I beat, they're gonna grab. Right, so which is fine. I'm not saying it's a bad beat. You could also say, well, you know, I've been holding on to this beat for quite a while. I'm just gonna use it. At least we can force grab this fight. That's fine. That's fine. As long as if you call that out, then it's not your mistakes. But if we're not using the EMP at all or call upon it, then it will go badly. Okay, the Nano was fine. It's one of those ult where you can dispose. Alright, let's fast forward, save some time. Alright. Okay, so you guys are actually waiting. They shattered. They copy Lucio. Very good. That was clean. That was good. You see how slowly you played and you actually let everyone set up, let things happen. Yeah, you're down reflection, but it's okay. You got this in the bag already. Right. So this fight compared to the previous, it's like a day and night difference. Okay. So then now we're here. That Ryan needs to get focused down. Nice. Okay. Pretty sure you guys get this. That's a pretty quick bomb ult that you farmed. Okay, so that was good. That was good. Okay, skip. Oh. Okay. do that. Hopefully that does not lag.
Have you ever stuck a feather?
Okay, so this is the one you guys want me to talk about. Okay, alright. Junk, Ash, Ryan, Narissa, Bap, Mercy. Okay, that's fine. You want to play spam. Okay, positioning wise, that's good. I'm assuming you're gonna do the typical rotation. Okay, so again, right? It was Lucky Owl that asked me the question like, when is the perfect time to be discussing? Okay, well, before they came out, one of you guys will have to make the call. Especially you have this. We'll include this and this. Okay,
I
so for
don't
the
wanna
junk,
be Mercy.
you get to choose.
I don't
If you think they're gonna
wanna
go
be
here or you think they're gonna go main, it doesn't matter. This is the part where you gotta actually gamble. But if you put it more in the front, it'll be better because they have to cross here somewhere, right? Put the trap here. You pull them when they're going around the corner. Pull them. When you pull them, it's either they have to keep shielding and you throw dynamite plus damage boost to build Bob faster, or they're gonna get picked off because they're exposed. They got squishy, got pulled into the trap, and you guys just pop them in the head. Right? That's
Brian.
what down.
So, so what we knew from the beginning is that, in every other like match they played against other schools, like as Twitch
Okay.
recordings, they would normally play Bastion and teleport to the top of the head. So we put the junk trap and mine on top of the head. So if they teleported, they would die. So that's why we were setting up on a high ground.
How did you get up there? How
Okay.
did you get up there?
Okay. So that's fine, right? But then again, you don't want to assume. That's assumption. You don't assume in this game. I
Never,
get it.
never
You saw their VOD. They do it a lot. They practice, but like, you never know. They might switch things up. So for your gambling again, right? You don't gamble in this game. Assumption, right? Same as mind reading. How do I know as an Ash that I know my Mercy is gonna damage boost me without asking, right? Then Ash would say, "Oh, I assume you were with me, damage boosting. I didn't know you were just healing, right? Assumption, no assumption, right? So then let's just then let's just make a whole different scenario. They do the Bastion. You don't need to do the trap. You really don't need to. You just rotate. One of them has to go on point sooner or later, right? Just leave a trap on point. If you're gonna assume they're gonna run that, leave a trap on point, because
Seriously.
one person is gonna have to come grab that objective sooner or later. Then you Arissa pull them into the trap. As long as you guys can, okay, so this part is actually Arissa's job. If he knows how to pull that angle correctly and so forth, pull them into trap, you guys get that pick. So -1. Now it's 5v6. Now whatever you gotta rotate and do on the Bastion, you just do it. Right, so everything I'm teaching you is just how to counter these meta, these cheesy strats. It's just, I'm only using my cooldowns. I'm not gonna combo. I'm not gonna assume and predict what they're gonna do. Right? Because what are the chances if they're gonna actually, if they go into a VOD and realize, hey guys, their Junkrat always puts a trap here, right? Because you can always change it. Or you can put it at the choke. And what is the chance they're gonna actually pinpoint, be that super like descriptive and catch like, oh, and then the Ursa always pulls them into the trap? No, because when people do VAR review, they always focus like, their composition. Oh, they hold here. They rotate there. They're so focused on that they don't see the micro plays, right? The micro versus macro play. Yeah, so it's fine. I mean, at least you came prepared versus not having a plan. Alright, so this is a wipe, so I'm just gonna skip. Alright. Alright, so they got Symmetra. Alright, we're gonna go for Tire. Alright, they get another regroup. Okay, so as of now, this is the thing where I said on Lijiang, you guys are just standing here. Right? We got so lucky. We just happened to have the Riptire, we got the wipe, and we know they have a sim. What is their win condition? Okay, well, Sim's value is they can go pretty much anywhere they want because they have a teleporter, right? So we need to, before they spawn back, before they come back, before they full review, we need to take a high ground. Because when you take a high ground, you shut off one exit for them to teleport to. If you're down here, it's not good. Is because now you're stressed off, right? So it's like, how am I stressing off? Okay, they can teleport back and forth. Depending on wherever they teleport. Maybe they hide it behind the statue, and they teleport there, spam you out, teleport back here, debate you, so forth, so forth. It's like you're looking at two different angles, right? Sorry if I'm moving my camera too quick. You're doing this. Right? I'm pretending I'm a character. Don't put yourself into that. Especially for your Hiscan player, you don't want to stress your Hiscan player. Your Hiscan player will always tunnel vision when they hardscope. Same as your Ana player. I know someone was playing Ana. You don't want to make your support stress out too. Right? Your back needs to always be against a wall, against a Symmetra. That way they cannot do anything to you. Yeah, so your original position was good, but you didn't follow through. You guys just waited. Alright, this is good. Alright, so this group, good. The group on the bottom, bad. Not good. Yeah, see? You know how it's like he did so good, but he doesn't have the resource. Right? So let's just assume he was here and you guys were all here. They gotta choose. Do we teleport onto here to get the Ash Mercy, or do we teleport onto and get the 4K? If they teleported here, which they did, your Ash was right here. If he timed the angle last second right here, he can just coach gun them all onto first floor, and they can't use a teleporter. And then you guys up here just spam the mail with Junkrat, pull, I don't know, DPS on BAP a little bit, so forth. Your Reinhardt can't do much, but that's it. Yeah. So this is the moment you want to split into the 4 and 2. Or 3 and 3, but for this scenario, let's keep it 4 and 2. The ratio, why I'm talking about this is because the current meta we're in, we cannot play 5 and 1 or 6, like 6 altogether. You cannot do that. I get it, it's King's Row, we could play Brawl, so forth. No, you can't do that. In this meta, it shifts very quickly. Your ratio, things needs to be split off to make a angle crossfire and exploit their cooldown. Yeah, so you could do 3 and 3. I mean, if you want to do 3 and 3, then you're Reinhardt, right? You guys say like, oh, reflection of like, well, didn't you just say I have nothing to do? Yeah, you kind of don't have anything to do, but you can shield your Ash here, and then make the other 3 come over here. So then the BAP, Junk, Orisa there, and then the rest is here. Why Reinhardt here is because just in case he doesn't have Coach Gun because the cooldown is very long and he maybe already used it or he messed it up, your Rein can charge them and pin them against this wall. Free kill. And then we just throw Immortality under here, pocket him. Right, easy. Okay. Yeah, so you see you guys are dropping one by one like flies because you're not against the wall, right? Your back needs to always be against the wall. Especially when you want to play things like Ash Junk. Yeah, those are characters you want to be against the wall. Ash and Junkrat's weakness is when they get close to you. So you want to build the distance. Yeah, so it wasn't too great. But now you guys know. Maybe you guys can try it next time. Okay, so here you guys got a full regroup. They got a resurrection on. Swap to soldier. Oh, that hog from the back. Alright, so this is the moment where where's our CC? We don't have CC, we can't cancel whole hog and stuff. Right, that's why bring the McCree was good, the Doom.
I'm not gonna
So those are
have
moments where you just gotta swap.
CC. I'm not gonna have her.
Okay, I'm gonna skip this. Alright. Traded 5v5. Hopefully we deny res. Bob comes out. Alright. Yeah, we should have used the Baptiste window. We were holding on to it quite long. I know he got nerfed, but you still can build it pretty quickly with the composition you're running. And we want to just spam that out. Use it. Just keep using it. Because if you use it, you're helping your Hiscan player. I notice he's making so many swaps already. Alright, so then he might question me like, was that a bad choice? Yeah, because you're wasting a lot of econ. And you know the irony is you win McCree. But I don't know. Your other reason might be, oh, I thought I saw Dragon Touch, so forth. Whatever the reason is, it's over. We only move forward, and leave everything in the past, right? But now you know. Every time you leave spawn, 3 good reason, right? Everything I said on the Legion garden. Alright, so how do we help hit scan Jonathan balance it back and help May Jonathan? Right, we gotta use window. Because if they're making these swaps, we need to help get the ult back. Right, because we had to change, we had to swap. We're forced to swap now. There's no choice. Alright, they kind of threw that. Okay, this is more of an individual critique or comment. When you're here, try to throw your Orisa Holt right here. You could pull somebody off while you're shooting, right? You can fake you're shooting them. Usually what I like to do is I like to shoot more on the right hand side because the human reaction, the muscle memory, they're gonna get scared. If they know the bullets is gonna be flying left side, they're gonna randomly without realizing antenna vision hold D. D is right key. Once you hold D, you pop the hold them into the pit, and then you can outplay them with just one character. You don't even need your team. But yeah.
Why you gotta call me out, man?
Well, now you're improving, right? Alright, that's good. Okay. Okay, so this, again, is bad. You guys are playing the 6 ratio again. Alright, we have to adapt. Every meta shifts, this game shifts, cooldown, new character, so forth. Our Baptiste needs to be up here. Or if you know they have a lot of ult, then you jump up here and let your team know, okay, guys, LOS, line of sight, I could pocket you. But I would choose here, is because I can choose. I can either window up here, pocket everyone down there, because that's a lot of healing. That's like double healing. Or I can just window down there, right in front of my camera, but I'm still up here safe, and I can throw immortality because I don't know when they're gonna have their ult if I'm not ult tracking. So I don't want to be caught down there with the 6. Right, so that's mainly your Baptiste's job. And then for the what do you call it? The McCree High Noon. What you can do is wall your McCree up here. You can window High Noon. Right? And you're still in 4 and 2. 4 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Unless May wants to go up there, but there's no need for that. But yeah. Okay. Okay, they use hook. We use window. Huge fire strike. Alright, doesn't matter if your Ryan's dead. They use res. Alright, let's just skip. Okay, so I skipped 20-second. Reflection is dead again. The sneaky high noon in the back on the McCree. Okay, you actually, it was good. I'm probably just being nitpicking, but it's just a good habit, right? McCree would say, Arissa, when you get around the corner, pull, because look, high noon already came out. You pulled too late. Right, just be a little bit more patient. You could actually got play of the game, maybe a 3K, 4K, 6K, so forth. It was good. It's fine. I'm not gonna be that nitpicking. Okay, good. Alright, so now we have Floral. Their team composition is starting to be very, very bad on this point, right? Because there's really nowhere they could teleport. I mean, they could try to go here, but then sooner or later they got drop, right? So just like it's pointless. Very good fire strike, but you are down like your half of your group, so they still win. Right, so was this good play? Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give you like a 70%. Why is it a good play? Because you're so lucky the window came out, Reflection got a 2K fire strike. By the time they come back, or maybe they don't come back in time, you can 6v4. But look at the progression. Look how much is push. What if they only have to be right here to win, and you just lost that fight, right? Then it's over. The game is over. Right, so it's like you don't want to take chances. You don't want to push up, play that aggressive. You don't want to be cocky. You want to play smart. You want to outsmart them, that to the point where they can't do anything about you guys. All right. Alright, we got May ult. Okay. Down 2 unless they res 1. They're most likely you're gonna get this, that Rhine. Oh. The trade. Okay. Alright, 1 minute left. Alright, Mr. Lucky Owl. That very good question that it keeps coming back. When do we talk about? Right now. As of now, you gotta be the leader. Make a call. I know, like, well, isn't Reinhardt target call? Yeah, he's target calling, but you can be a shot caller too. You're literally just holding shield and shoot. It doesn't take too much thought process, right? So you can just tunnel vision, just shoot, and then talk to your team. Say like, okay, we're gonna have to try to outplay them, set up some kind of ambush against them. We either play in the front, not let them touch, but they have a teleporter. So if we push too far, they might back cap and or do that shatter thing or some weird roadhog hook. I don't know. It could be anything, right? So it's like now we know not to push too far. Then how do we want to set up? Our back needs to be against the wall. So we can have like Arissa right here, right? There's a mini pack for you. You can try to pull them in. You're still shooting them on cart, right? So then leave Reflection by himself on right over here. And you can even outplay them by double boop. If you set up a Orisa over here, save your pull, have your Lucio hide over here. When they cross, Reflection tells guys they're crossing. You just wall ride, boop them over here. Orisa pulls the second boop. So boop times 2. And Ana can just stay over here and pocket. Doesn't really matter. And May McCree, do whatever you guys want. There's no fancy play. Alright, so again, in this meta, it's very crucial your tank and support either hero pool and game sense and mechanics. The way I teach people in this current meta is DPS has a lot of flexibility to do whatever they want as long as they know what they should be doing. But tank and support is slightly more conservative, limited. Right? They cannot get outplayed, outskilled, so they have to try to outplay the other team. Yeah, this meta is all about tank and support, not really DPS. Okay. Alright, made a Widow swap. Big shatter. Okay, so they have to switch to stall. Yeah, Hammond, maybe Lucio, Tracer, I don't know.
Ignore the.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is. That's.
I fat fingered. I fat fingered.
He literally said, "There's no way we can
I
lose."
jinxed it
and then
beforehand. I
fat
jinxed it
finger.
beforehand too.
Okay, be honest. Was that a fat finger or is it because you thought you
100%
guys...
a fat finger. 100% a fat finger.
So it wasn't because you think we got
no,
this, right?
it was it. I had jinxed it ahead. I said this is it. We've got this. There's no way we lose
He
this.
literally goes, "We have beaten
okay.
Bongo for next
And
fight.
then
We've
I
got
fat
this."
fingered it, dude.
Instantly
okay,
right after.
okay.
It was hilarious.
If it was something I did intentionally, it's like, alright, we won. It would be celebratory. It was like anticipation.
Okay,
But
that's fine. Well,
it
okay,
was,
no,
yeah.
I appreciate the honesty. If it was a mistake, it's a mistake. It's fine, right? But yeah. In the future, if anyone thinks like, oh, we got it in the bag, no. Until you see victory or defeat, you do not press Q. You
We
don't know
realized that at the end of our next one.
yeah. Okay. They're down 2 healer. They're down 3 though. Yeah. So aside from him accidentally pressing beat, right? I can still blame the other 5 of you guys, right? Because again, the thought process, if their goal is to touch, they're definitely gonna make some swaps. We don't need to worry, because if they make swaps, we know they have no ult, and somebody's gonna have to stay point. That means we just have to make the space and ambush them, set it up correctly, so forth. We don't need to go in the front and do all of that, right? Because you don't have CC. What if they have 3 stalls, 4 stalls? How many sleep dart do you have? You only got 1. What is the chance of you freezing all 4K that's split? Plus the freeze nerf is not as good as the pre-patch May. You have no CC, right? Because you made a swap to Widow. You don't have a McCree anymore. Right, so you have a lot of sustain. Good. Do you have one shot? Yeah, you have. But CC, kind of lacking. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, I see it goes on for... Oh. Oh, you guys play it out. It's not a scrim, right? Yeah? No?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
we
is a
play-
game.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I
Makes-
got used to scrim.
Makes the misclick all the better.
Alright, well, lucky you, it's overtime, so you just need 1 tick. Either a win or a draw. Okay, let's speed it up so you guys can go to bed or do whatever you gotta do.
It is past my bedtime.
Yikes, sorry.
At least you don't have math homework to do.
Alright, so, okay, they're running the cheesy stuff now, okay. So the irony is they're playing the Sim Bastion on defense. But you guys are too. Okay, yeah, rest is just cleaning up. Yeah, pretty sure it ends, so there's not really much to watch. Yeah. Okay. That was it. You guys have any questions? Yes? No?
What would be some ideas that you can pretty much use for any map of setting up for like a 99% touch on defense?
What do you mean? Like a certain map? Like King's Row or
like-
overall?
Overall. Like, should we all be separated in
Mm.
different spots, or should we all group up in a certain spot?
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, so I'm so glad you asked this, so it's more detailed. Okay, so if you want to play more of the split pre-setup, the best way to understand if that's the right call is you have only 1 to 3 ult. If you have maybe let's say 4 to 6, then you want to play more together because there's more reaction to it.
Mhm.
Right? You don't have to proact. Yeah. So no, that was good. Anything else? Yes. No.
How do you get the top 500? And like 3 easy steps.
3 easy steps to get the top 100.
So one
Gr-
trick, you know.
grind the game and not just keep playing calm. Actually, go review and do stuff on your own free time. Again, don't play the game too much. Think more about the game. Right? After every death, ask yourself why. Why did I even do that? But
Okay, what if that answer is because I'm one tricking ball?
that's fine. You can get to top 100 with one tricking a character. But
Dang, John, he said it. He said
I
it.
said once meta switches, you won't.
but you can't do it though because you were rolling around and not doing much.
Damn.
Damn.
Right? So if you ask yourself, do you think top 500 player is gonna roll around and do nothing and they just
I'm
sit there
not
all
saying
day?
I'm top
Right?
500.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, right? Yeah, so you can. Any other question about ladder and climbing? No? Yeah? Okay. Alright, so if you guys have personal questions and you don't want your peers to know and laugh at you, you can always message me and I'll help you out. I can give you some homework. You don't have to do them. There's no, you don't get punished for it because you're not a part of my academy team. But yeah, you could just do it whenever you want. Whenever you think you want to do it, you could do it. Give you some drills, and then I'll check in on your progress. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know what other resource I can give you guys.
Thank you
Yes.
for the VOD review.
Okay,
Yes.
no
Thank
problem.
you.
Hopefully it didn't burn you guys out too much. Okay.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian.
Alright, so good luck on your guys' next match. I heard you guys been beating Master's team. That's good.
Mm-hmm. Not to brag or anything.
Okay. Okay, alright. I'll let you guys go, so I'll see you guys later. I'll stay in this Discord. Alright, have a nice night.
Alright.
Thank you,
Yes.
you too.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes.